Hi, I'm Ann White of Creating Calm Within Chaos. Today I'd like to share with you some thoughts on how to declutter your heart. The heart is a vibrant center of our bodies and it rules us in so many ways. Not only is a healthy heart vital to our well-being, but healthy relationships ruled by the heart are also necessary to our emotional vibrancy. And yet, how many of us honor our heart centers, much less even acknowledge their importance? In the last Declutter video, I shared with you some ideas on eating a plant-based diet as a way to unclutter our physical hearts. Avoid fried foods, foods that have been processed adding chemicals and toxins, foods that are void of nutrients. We talked about exercise and breath and celebrating life. And if we do these things, our hearts will be physically healthy. But what about the emotional care of our hearts? What kind of clutter and debris do we carry around in these heart centers that weigh us down and give us heartaches? Grudges, anger, sorrow, worry, toxic relationships? I think we better talk about ways to liberate our heart from this needless clutter. Take a grudge, for instance. Carrying a grudge, a resentment, or a wish for revenge is certainly a toxic load. Holding a grudge is like swallowing poison and waiting for the other person to die. Who are we truly hurting? The best revenge is living a beautiful and wonderful life. Chances are the person we are trying to snub has probably gone on with their life and no longer even thinks of the incident that we are carrying as a toxic load in our hearts. So by holding the grudge, we make ourselves double losers. First, by allowing ourselves to be wounded by an incident, and second, by carrying around the hurt in our heart for so long. We need to learn how to let go. Some say, let go and let God. It's not a bad way to think about it. Another is that the law of karma will handle it. Maybe the person being hurtful is living in their own hell. Give up your grudge and free yourself from this weight and put that newfound energy toward making your life more joyful and your relationships more loving. Anger. Anger is another heavy toxic load that can actually eat away at our physical body. If you feel you're carrying anger, take it out and examine it. Who is the real target of your anger? Could you be angry at yourself for getting yourself into that situation that you're carrying the load about? I think the serenity prayer helps here. Ask God or the source to grant you the serenity to accept the things you cannot change, the courage to change the things you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Are you angry because you are trying to change something or someone who cannot be changed? If so, invoke your wisdom and let it go. If a person has made you angry, pray for them. You heard me. Pray for them. Why? Well, first of all, because it helps you release your anger, and soon you will feel not only a lighter load, but a more loving heart. And you'll be sending loving and healing energy rather than hateful vibrations. So don't cut off that beautiful nose to spite yourself. Another load we often carry is sorrow. Sorrow is a very heavy emotion. It is not toxic if it comes from true loss, but it is a heavy emotion to carry. If you have experienced loss, mourn it. Curl up in bed and pull the covers over your head and weep until you are cried out. Journal your feelings, perhaps. Share them with a trusted friend or counselor. If you have lost a loved one to death, look at your life through their eyes. What would they want you to do? Often, the answer is they would want you to go on and live a rich and full and vibrant life full of joy and happiness. If so, do it for them until you're able to do it for yourself. Worry. Oh, there are a lot of folks who carry a load of worry. And worry happens when we don't live in the now. When we live in the moment, that's where life happens. That's where there's no worry. There's nothing to worry about in the moment because we are truly living our reality. We worry about things that happened in the past or the things that may happen in the future. But we have no control over these things. So when you find yourself carrying a load of worry, notice it. It's probably past or present. Acknowledge and dismiss it, and bring your focus back to this present moment and live it. You should feel the lightness and being of what you do. You'll feel that load release. Toxic relationships are friends that we continue to see even when we allow them to make us feel bad or unworthy or angry. Stick up for your wounded, loving self. If you feel sad or bad or mad after spending time with a person, this person is probably toxic for you. End this relationship. Surround yourselves with friends who enjoy you as you are. Being alone is better than being with someone who denigrates you. Do a reality check first, however. Make sure you're not being too sensitive. But if time and time again you come away from an encounter feeling less than you need to feel, less than you truly are, then end this encounter with this person, end the relationship. Love yourself and be with those who see and truly honor your inner beauty. Remember, in relationships, we cannot control the other person or what they do. We can only control our reaction to it or to them. After being presented with their action, we have the opportunity, that beautiful moment of opportunity, before we do our response. And this is the time we get in line with our loving hearts and with that sacred energy in the world, and we respond in a beautiful way. We can take the high road. Response to each encounter in a winning and loving way. And truly then you will have a beautiful life. By taking these steps, we can not only free our hearts from this heavy, toxic burden that we've been carrying, but we can live in harmony and beauty. We can be the light of love and kindness to ourselves and to others around the world. We have the power to create global peace through our inner healing work. We have the power to create calm within chaos. I'm Ann White, and you can find me at calmwithinchaos.com. Namaste and Shalom.